And welcome back to another episode of the Day After podcast.
What's up, guys? So, how's everyone doing since the finale?
Yeah, we did say at the end of our finale video that we were going to do another Brantsteele Survivor simulation,
Yeah,
and here we are.
old school versus new school,
Yeah,
2.0 or
yeah. Let me
1.5.
here. Let me close in a little bit there. Yeah. Now you can't see the full screen. Okay, in case you didn't see the last video, we are doing an old school versus new school survivor simulation here. So Ryan and I have each selected five old school players and five new school players to duke it out on the grandest stage of them all, Brantsteele.
Yeah, what better way? What better way? If you haven't seen the last time we did a brand steal, I didn't lose horribly. It's just I definitely had a very uphill battle that I lost. So
Yeah,
we'll see this time around.
yeah, I think like the final five, you did not have anyone in the final five.
I thought Tommy was in Final Five, or it
No,
was either
oh
Tommy
no,
or
no,
Bob.
and yeah, no, it was Tommy. He was final five because it was Rick Devens got fourth. Um,
Yeah, and
but
then it was
what I thought was really funny was I recently rewatched that, and at the beginning of it we said we were talking about Amanda, and we were like she just somehow always manages to make it to day 39, and she did almost wins, and we were like we she almost won, and she did like nothing.
no, no. Uh, though she would definitely be someone I would like to see back. But with these, like, it was funny because like that was my first time doing it, and then it was like, oh, someone has an emotional breakdown. It's just like imagining in my head. It was like,
Yeah, Monica
why?
Culpepper kept having emotional breakdown after emotional breakdown.
Oh dear.
Uh,
But I mean, I'm suspecting that's going to happen with these people. It's just
yeah,
going to be fun to see who loses their shit.
yeah. I chose a few people from the last simulation. Ryan chose to do completely new people. So you'll get a few people from the last one, but mostly it's all new faces.
Yeah. Um, shall we get started and introduce?
Yeah, sure. How about if it's your person, you introduce and why you chose that person.
All right. Totally.
Okay. My first person is Amy Cusack, and I'll be honest, I just chose her for almost no reason other than I couldn't think of a good old school player I wanted beyond the season. That was a female.
Uh, I when I was looking at this list because I try to make it as even as possible. I just realized I chose four guys and only one old school girl, and I'm like,
Yeah.
ah, crap. I meant to be more diverse with my picks. Oopsie.
Yeah, I
Uh,
meant to do three guys, two girls for each side, and somehow when I finished the list, I realized that I had four guys and one girl for the old school. So the old school is a little bit of a sausage party right now.
a little bit, yeah. I mean, new school, it definitely has a lot more girls. It has an even 5-5. So,
Mhm.
all right, but
Yeah, no, yeah, it was hard to find old school players that we didn't use in the last thing, like for females. Like there weren't a lot of like I guess
we
I could have chosen
chose a lot of
Sandra,
the
but
big.
I don't like I personally don't like Sandra, so I didn't want to choose Sandra.
Yeah, I was. Who was I thinking of? I mean, I already used Courtney. Because the thing is, I basically my method for every fourth season, I chose one contestant, and you know, and also trying not to repeat stuff we used last time. Um, Probably should have went with Stephanie instead of Tom, but I also wanted like a winner for each of my picks for like old school and new school. So
Mhm.
I guess whoopsie on my part. My bad. Uh, all right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
see,
So that is my explanation for Rami Cusack. There just wasn't a great selection of female old school players.
I
I
think
think I mean I liked her. She was fine in fans versus favorites. I was upset that she got out pre-merge.
yeah, just before too, which
Yeah.
always sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in a season where it's like half returning players and then half like new players. Like you always want the, newer players to, make it further because they're
Yeah.
more
I should
experienced. But
say that her vote out was a great move by Eric Reichenbach because he
yeah,
was supposed to go home there, but he managed to flip the votes against her. Which, but the thing is, like, no one remembers that move because of his other move that season.
yeah, it just outshines everything.
Yeah, which is very unfortunate.
It is. I mean, at the very least, they brought him back for Fancer's favorites too.
Yeah, he
Uh,
he he has done very good for as a two-time player. He has made it to final five both times, right?
uh, and the only reason he like got eliminated was because of medevac.
Yeah, yeah. There's a good chance that he go makes the final three in that season. He probably doesn't beat Cochran, but
And
there's a chance
he
that
would have
Cochran doesn't go home. That he potentially gets voted out. I don't know. Cochran had complete control that season. Never. I'm. What am I thinking?
more about Cochran later. Hint, hint,
Yeah.
wink, wink.
Okay. Moving on to Chicken Morris. Damn, says the chicken. I really wanted to have a first boot be a part of this Brantsteele simulation, and what better first boot than the man who's known by Chicken?
I mean, when I was watching that season for the first time, like I saw a chicken, I'm like, oh, I don't think he's gonna win, but I hope he makes it far. And then he got voted out first. I'm like, ah, dude.
Yeah,
So, because you would think a country guy, especially if he goes by chicken, would do better in the scenario, but alas,
he had no social skills whatsoever.
oh well. But he gets a second
Yeah.
life here.
I would love to see him either go out first here or go to the end.
I I
Either
think
of those scenarios would be great.
calling it, he's winning this.
Yeah, Chicken Morris.
Not my, he's not on my side. He's not my pick, but I think Chicken's winning this.
Okay, we now have an investment in Chicken's strategy this game. Oh, I should also say we're using the second chance Brantsteele Survivor simulation. So everything that kind of
Nice.
happened in Cambodia is basically what's happening in this season.
I dig it.
Mhm. Okay, moving now on to Greg Buis. Greg was personally my favorite in the first season of Survivor. Um, the first jury member. Um, and I know he's been asked back so many times, and it's just never been the right time for him to come back.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, he's been called back. He's been called for almost every returning season.
That's true. I would have, huh? I mean, who knows? Maybe in the future. I mean, if they keep calling him back, there's only so many times, and there's only so many few season one players left who they haven't chosen.
Yeah, I
Or
think he's the last season one player I want to see play again.
yeah, yeah.
That
It would
hasn't
be
played already because I would like to see Richard Hatch play again. I don't think he's going to, but like yeah.
thanks a lot. We're not going to mention his name.
Yeah. Really kind of ruined it for some people there.
Yeah, but I,
Imagine if I chose that guy to be on this simulation.
why?
Imagine if that happens.
What?
I feel like you would have to put your foot down.
Uh,
You would have been like, Joe, like, get rid of
he
this
could,
guy right now.
he would definitely be the heel of this season.
Yeah,
Uh,
to be honest, yeah. And I don't think we would like to commentate on what is happening on their tribe with him.
no,
Yeah.
no. Oh God, no. But thankfully, we have Greg. they're not new. He's not a new schooler, but we got Greg. Greg
Yeah.
is like a nice boy.
Yeah. Well, he was funny. He was a funny guy.
He was, and closer to our age, which on that season they did kind of like spread it out a lot. Like I would say, like age wise,
Mhm.
he was definitely like the younger dude that we
Mhm.
can kind of relate to more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay, moving on to the next one.
I chose Jerry. Now, one of the reasons was, I've kind of wanted to see her come back. I don't know how likely that is. Because she she can be cray cray in a good way, like
Mm.
fun, like TV wise, kind of like um yeah. If I didn't do the one person from like each 4 seasons, I probably would have put Colby on the same team. Uh, but
I was
because
gonna
I made,
say it's weird that she's in the season without Colby.
well, this is her chance to shine.
Mhm.
Who knows? Maybe Colby is holding her back. Actually, it has kind of held her back in the past. So,
I wish that we could make it so that Colby somehow enters the game halfway through with Jerry, and it's just like, hi, you can't escape from me.
it'd be like in Game Changers where he, where he just randomly comes and gives advice.
Yeah,
Kind
he's
of
the Cochrane of the season.
yeah. Uh, a little out of left field, but I'd be all for it. uh, but who knows? Like maybe when if we do Brant Stoker Rivals, that would be a good one.
Yeah, that
Uh,
that will be good. Yeah.
uh, all right. So my next pick is going to be Johnny Fairplay. Why?
Yes.
He was one of my favorite contestants from old school for the first like 10 seasons. I was so disappointed in how he did in fans versus favorites. I think the way he went out, however noble in a certain point of view, it just did not sit right with me because you know how I feel about people who quit.
Mhm.
I understand, like, he had a newborn and sometimes, like, stuff in your head when it comes to family life, you just kind of have that urge to, like, go back and do stuff. But uh, so hopefully, he gets redeemed by this
Mhm.
simulation. Uh,
Yeah. Apparently, and I just recently heard about this, is that in Micronesia, Johnny Fairplay had medications that he was supposed to take, but they weren't letting him have it.
oh dear.
And so that's one of the reasons. Like apparently, like his jaw was like really bad at that point, and like he was just in like a lot of pain.
Shit. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Uh, so who knows? Maybe in the future, I know he wants to play again. Potentially in the future, we
Hmm.
get Johnny Fairplay come back. I mean, they like getting if they ever do old school versus new school surreal, like I think he'd be a perfect fit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of Survivor podcasters right now for
Yeah.
from Survivor. What if they have a Survivor podcaster season where it's all of people who have Survivor podcasts playing against each other?
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Uh, that could be that could be a little twist on fans versus favorites, though.
Hmm. Yeah,
Fans
true.
of Survivor that does podcasts, so you and I, and some other peeps, versus people that have been on the show before.
Hmm.
That'd be an interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
Um, all right. And so next we have Ken. Ken is one of my favorite contestants that's only played one season. He's a gamer. Um, so I already kind of have that mentality. He had the underdog mentality throughout it all. And, he's just a nice guy. Just bring him back, Jeff. Just bring.
How do you think
Uh,
you would do on a new season?
I think that my inner optimist would like to think he makes it to the merge. I feel I feel he's not as big as a threat as some of the other Survivor contestants that they could potentially bring back, to the point where they wouldn't see him as a threat. If anything, it would be like, oh, a new ally or someone they could, like, he wouldn't necessarily be targeted
Mhm.
right off the bat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I feel like he would be pretty early boot personally. And like it's not because I don't like Gabon. It's actually nothing against that. I actually think just I think that he wouldn't be able to handle the new school game right now.
No, I feel he has it. He could have it.
I like him. I play Super Smash Bros. He's a Super Smash Bros. Player. I like him, but I'm not sure. It would have to depend on his group. But I
I think
think
yeah.
I think if we looked at percentage wise, more likely than not, he's like one of the first four people going home.
Well, hopefully he makes it to the merge in the simulation.
Yes, I'm rooting for him.
All right. Next up, we
There's
have.
very few people on this seat on this cast that I'm not rooting for.
I'm interested to see who you're not rooting for.
Yeah.
Has it been anyone that I've named so far?
No, this old school, like, I'm rooting for everyone for some kind of reason.
Nice. Okay. Next up, I chose Ozzy. Ozzy, you know, I felt like he needs a shot to win. I actually recently watched a video if it's like top 5 most robbed players in Survivor. Um, he was ranked number 1. Um, and the reason why was, granted, him and Yule had like both really great game playing styles, but part of the reason he was number 1 on the list was, one, it was the first season they introduced a final 3,
Hmm.
which, like, obviously you would play difference alliance wise.
Yeah.
2, the broken hidden immunity idol.
Hmm.
Um, and I feel like those two things really, really screwed his
Yeah.
chance of winning that season.
Yeah.
And I feel
Because
like,
he probably wins Final Three immunity, right? It's like
yeah,
he'd won all those immunities before. You got to imagine he has the best chance of winning that one. And then he never really had the opportunity to turn on Yule because of that idol.
yeah. Oh God, it was so broken that season. And that's not hell, like, at least in, Exile Island, it was, not usable at Final 3. So Terry couldn't save himself that way.
Yeah.
This one, like, yep, you basically get a free pass into the finale.
Was it that, or was I thought Yule lied to everyone? I think he told everyone that it was usable, but it wasn't.
No, like, he legit was able to use it up until Final 3.
Really?
I believe so.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
been,
that's yeah, because I thought for sure it was usable Final Five, and then at Final Four it wasn't. But he still had it, so he was just like, I'm gonna use his social skills and convince people otherwise.
that could
Yeah.
also work. Well,
Yeah,
you'll
I'm not sure. It's been a while
we'll
since I've seen that season.
find out in a sec.
Yeah,
Uh, well, not in a sec. We're still introducing people.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Speaking of which, go ahead and introduce the other Rob.
Rob Sesternino, one of the best players to never win. Like Survivor Amazon is one of my favorite seasons. It's really good. And the reason it's really good is because of Rob just controlling the game and no one knowing at all what he's doing and just being okay whenever he flips against them. And then he would go back to them and be like, guys, I'm going to work with you guys now. And they would be like, oh, thank you. And then they would think that Rob's back with them. And he literally, like, the reason why Survivor is what it is because of Rob. He created the prototype for flipping. And if that never happened, Survivor would be a very different game right now.
Oh yeah, he. I do see him as a little bit of a pioneer, and he is one of the people that does have a podcast.
Yeah, probably the biggest podcast of all of them.
Yeah, like, another good reason why because out of the old Survivor, like I like the old Survivors. It's just when it comes to like gameplay wise, it's not as exciting as like, hell, see it past like season, like let's say half past like season 10, like, like this is when they were still kind of like still kind of like figuring out and was more still focused on the survival aspect of everything.
Mhm.
Um, but like, yeah, Rob is um, a game changer.
Yeah.
It's
He
funny
would have been
using that.
great. He would have been great
Yeah,
on Game Changers, right?
I'm surprised he hasn't come back since 8.
Yeah. Well, I've heard some things going on that he is interested in coming back, and if he did tell Survivor that he wants to come back, if they were doing an all returning season, even if they were gearing up for Second Chance 2, and Rob said, "Hey, I want to play again," they would drop Second Chance 2 just to bring Rob back in.
All
So
right.
they're for some reason really want Rob Cesternino to come back.
All right. Well, who knows? We'll
Yeah.
see in the next generation of Survivor.
Yeah. Okay. So now moving on to I believe this is the first person of the last Brantsteele that was in it. Russell Hantz, the greatest of all time.
Nabish. He he was good for the first. He was good for the like first year that he was introduced.
Yeah.
Russell Hantz burned bright and big his first 2 seasons and then fizzled out in his third. And this was all in the span of 2 years.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that Redemption Island was just not like it was bad players that decided to get rid of Russell because of what they had just saw on Heroes versus Villains.
Well, I mean,
And I don't think you should ever throw a challenge. I think they should. I think that they. I think Rob potentially doesn't win that season if they don't throw that challenge and they play for real. Because if they win that challenge, they'll go into the merge with numbers, and Rob won't be able to use the buddy system.
yeah. I mean, who knows? In some alternate dimension. I mean, it was something that was even preluded to at the end of Heroes versus Villains. It's like, oh, a season of Boston Rob versus Russell, and we got that with Redemption Island, but we didn't get that
Didn't
with
yeah,
Redemption
it was kind of upsetting actually. Like
Island. A little bit.
we wanted to see them on the tribe, even if for just like one tribal.
Granted, he didn't win this season. He didn't get far, but it's like, yeah, he's always made it to the very end, but it wasn't as good of a send off. It wasn't a good like villain kind of like defeat as opposed to like other seasons, where it's like there wasn't as much of a satisfaction. It was like, he went out too early for
Yeah.
like, a returnee, even if there was like Redemption Island. Be interesting if they had like an Edge of Extinction type of deal back then.
Yeah.
How that might have played out.
True, true.
All
Well,
right.
we're gonna see him find another idol because he found an idol last simulation.
We'll see. He is the Idol King, or at least for the old schools. But next, all right, our next contestant is going to be Tom from season 10. Part of the reason I chose Tom was, I feel like he was very, very tough contestant and a really good leader as well in, his first season. Granted, in Heroes versus Villains, I mean, that one, like, a lot of careers ended, but
Hmm.
you know, Tom, just like how well he performed his first season, and then as we were mentioning before we shot this video, having one of the most iconic endurance competitions in Survivor history,
Hmm.
the one that literally took 12 hours to finish, and only because, you know, he just, what's the, who was he up against in that?
Ian.
Ian, yeah, I wanted to say Ian, but I didn't want to look stupid. I guess I'm look stupid for asking,
Yeah,
but
yeah, you got the same result
oh
for
well,
her.
Oh well. Uh, but like, and like he's a charismatic guy. Also, I feel like because when it comes to All-Star seasons, you don't always know. Sometimes it's just like who you're on a team with, and I mean, we see it time and time again where great players get taken out early just because they're on the wrong side of the numbers. So part of the reason why I chose Tom, also to fit in my little, every 4 years rule.
Mhm.
Um, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I like Tom. He wanted to come back for Winners at War, but he had like medical stuff, so he wasn't able to.
he would have been nice,
Hmm.
but
Yeah,
there's always next time.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so that is our old school tribe. Out of our old schoolers, who do you think has the best chance to make it to the end?
I know I said chicken, but
And you're
out
gonna
of every,
keep it with chicken.
you know, I should just go with my first instinct. I'm gonna say chicken.
Okay,
Everyone's
chicken's going all the way.
gets voted on first again. To be fair, he's not the only first boot on this team. Um, so
Fair
he does
play,
have
yeah.
he counts as a first boot.
Yeah,
So Chicken has a redemption arc. I don't think
true.
he's gonna get Francesca.
Yeah. But at the same time, that would be great if that happens in the simulation.
We'll see. What about you?
I'm going with chicken too. I want chicken to win this game.
All right, let's do
Yeah,
this.
let's go all in on chicken. Okay, now moving on to our new school players. You
Yeah.
started off.
All right. So Abby Maria from she was in Second Chance again, or she was in Second Chance, right?
Yeah.
All right, good. And then also, from season 25, part of the reason I chose her, one, I wanted part of me keeping everything balanced. Because I was looking through that season, it's like, who's someone that kind of stands out between season 24 through 28, but not reusing anyone we've already done. And I was like, you know what, Abby Maria. And it's not a typical choice for me. I feel like because she's more of like go through the game and cause a little chaos a little bit, and she's not someone I would normally pick, so that's why I picked her. You know.
Mhm.
Also, she was entertaining. Spoiled a little bit, and then like bragging about the reward thing.
Mhm.
A few things, and also I feel like she's a good heel. She can be like a good heel for the seat because I'm seeing all these
Mhm.
nice people.
Yeah, there's
Um,
very few villains on the season.
yeah, so we need a villain, and I don't think
Yeah,
she's
I
a
mean, I
high
guess
tier
we
villain.
have Russell Hantz. That's our real big villain.
Yeah,
And Johnny
she,
Fairplay is a villain.
yeah. So I would say she's like if she's like, she could be like the sleeper villain. After the big dog or the big villains go away, she just comes and own this game, you
True.
know?
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
see.
I think she's a great villain. If they did a Heroes vs. Villains too, I'd say that she has to be on it.
I think, yeah. Um, I think in like a guess um guessing game of like, oh, who's going to be on Heroes versus Villains, a lot of people's list involves Abby Maria, um, mine included, if we're talking about the new gen
Mhm.
of player. So yeah.
Okay. Speaking of if we had a Heroes vs. Villains too, I would want this next person to also be on that villains tribe, Angelina Keeley. I love to hate her on David versus Goliath. And little side note, David versus Goliath is one of my favorite seasons. That's why you see two David versus Goliath contestants on this tribe. Um, but Angelina, boy oh boy, was she great TV.
I,
The jacket gate was so great. Her asking someone as she voted them off if she can have her jacket.
that's salt in the wound. Like,
Yes, and she kept going. She didn't like take the hint that she shouldn't be doing that, and just kept asking.
this one
Oh,
does.
yeah. And to be honest, she is a bit of a trailblazer because her season, she said, women don't find enough hidden immunity idols. And then after that, women were finding hidden immunity idols like crazy. Like they had
Yeah,
just
that's
heard Angelina say that, and then they went out, and then women took it like, okay, yeah, that's right. I shouldn't be waiting at camp. I should go out there and look too.
I mean, yeah. It's always good to, kind of like steamroll that where it's like I feel that, some people and it's not just like a gender thing. I feel like, like because kind of like with Janet, who I almost chose her.
Hmm.
Um but anywho, we'll get to that later. Uh but it was like with her it was like oh like the elderly woman is always voted out first or one of the first boots and stuff, so it's always nice to have contestants that help like subdue expectations,
Hmm.
and Angelina is one of those people that have done that in their respective seasons. So yeah, I think she's a solid pick and a
Hmm.
nice like final three um contestant to have on here.
Yeah, she's a great goat.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, she's a great character. That's okay if she sits at final three and gets 0 votes. You're not like, oh, I can't believe that she's in that final three. Because she's not gonna win, but she's going to be entertaining along the way. Like
I mean,
Nora, like Nora.
if you're gonna be a goat, you might as well be a fun goat.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Okay, now moving on to someone that is absolutely not a goat, Aubrey Bracco.
Yeah.
Uh, Arguably should have won her season. Kerrang. Um, but I understand why Michelle won still. I completely understand.
Yeah.
But Aubrey definitely had great reasons on why she should have won.
Yeah.
She played, in my opinion, the best game in that season.
Yeah. And I feel like obviously one of the reasons that, hurt her was, her biggest ally getting voted off the jury, which
Mhm.
I don't know. Did they say that wouldn't have happened? That was an idea they always were planning on, but I think because of the medevacs, good God, this season with the medevacs,
Yeah, the 3 medevacs.
yeah, um, helped her, or it kind of hindered her for winning because, one of said medevacs got voted off the jury, which
Hmm.
was unfortunate for him because uh, making Survivor history in that way, which honestly, I was kind of rooting for him too. The ice cream man. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, Neil.
um, but yeah, and then Aubrey, you know, it's just one of those things where you do really good your first season, and then everyone knows you as a good player. Therefore, you're a target for any other time you play.
Mhm.
Kind of like similar to Ozzy, where it's like, you know, different skill sets, but it's still the same thing. Where it's like she played really good, and that was a little bit of her downfall.
Mhm. Yeah, and then she did good in Game Changers too. She made it to the final five of Game Changers.
Yeah,
And now I feel like because she had those two solid, like if you have two solid games, it's really hard to play a third time.
yeah, and especially when one, it was a season where it was like uh, two returnees per tribe, and like
Hmm. Yeah, it kind of she has to come back now for an all returning season. Like I don't I really think that if you come back as like a captain, I don't blame you if you
it,
go home early. Like and that's why I also say with Russell, like he was a captain of a season with people that don't like him. Like if he was in an all returning season, it might have been a little different.
and
Who
I think
knows?
new school Survivor, they don't like returnees on the same tribe as them.
Exactly.
Um,
So the odds of you making it are very rare. Like you
it's
have to be such a likable person, like a David Wright or a Kelly Wentworth, to insulate yourself in there. And
yeah,
they were lucky because they had people that actually liked them as players and really wanted to work with them.
yeah. but alas, it wasn't enough for them. That was the first season where a captain season where no one that was, a returning player made it to the finale, which I thought was crazy. It's
Yeah.
never happened. It's, Survivor
Yeah.
history up until that point.
Yeah, I thought for sure Kelly Wentworth was going to make it to the end.
I thought this was her time.
Yeah, but alas.
I'm a Kelly fan, but
Yeah.
no.
Yes, yes, yes. We both are. Okay, so now moving on to the next one. Another David versus Goliath. Christian Hubicki. He was my personal favorite of that season.
Same.
Um,
Same.
Went out right before the finale, which I thought was very strange because he got so much screen time uh, the entire season, and then he wasn't in the finale.
Well, I think that's mostly because one, he's a unique guy. Like, yeah, he falls under the stereotype of like nerd. I think it's funny that he's right next to
Next to
Cochran.
Cochran, I know I was going to say that's an alliance right there, right?
Yeah, I totally. And I think one of the reasons one of the reasons was he was just so unique and like the way he strategized and the way his confessionals he was very abrupt in his confessionals where like yeah I don't want to play that way, I don't want to do that. And then his alliance with Nick, one of the best things about that alliance was Christian, and I definitely feel like anyone from that season were to come back, it'd be Christian
Mhm.
because he's likable, he's good at the game, and he's entertaining.
He's fun, yeah. Like
Yeah,
even if he's only on for a few episodes and then gets voted out, like those are going to be a few fun episodes.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So next we have another person in glasses. Like it's funny how we have three glasses in a
Yeah,
row.
yeah. I should say I feel like Aubrey, Christian, Cochran, maybe even Zeke. I feel like this is just a going to be a power
That'd be an
alliance.
alliance. Yeah, I we'll see in a few minutes, but
Yeah.
um, part of the reason I chose Cochran was one of my favorite contestants of all time. Two, uh, you know, if it wasn't for him, being so involved in Survivor, he would have been back for Winners at War. Just great player all around. I remember the very first season he came on. I found him so relatable being in the underdog position. And and when I heard he was coming back for Fans versus Favorites too, I was like, this is your season, man. Like I was all on board for Cochran. When I saw he was being covered in sunburns and stuff, I'm like, please do not let him get medevac. Like I was I was hoping with every fiber of my being that he made it to the end and he
Mhm.
won. So was gonna bring him in on this. Also, he was super close to who I was gonna bring last one, but I was like, yeah, I'll save Cochran because I already had a couple of winners already on there.
Mhm. Nice. Yeah, I like Cochran. Cochran, I would say I don't like Karamoan as a season, but I like him as a winner, if that makes any sense. I don't think it's a good season of Survivor, but I think that he's a good winner.
I think it's also because sometimes when someone is going to win a season, it's like, oh, you already know the ending.
Yeah.
And it kind of lessens the
Yeah.
stakes. And
Well,
so
also when you just think about it, the returning players, the only ones that you really like are Cochran and Malcolm.
Concord and Malcolm,
Well, I'm saying like
no,
you really like because the first Fans versus Favorites, you liked almost everyone on that returning tribe, and on this, there's only a few that are like, wow, I'm glad that they're back.
Philip,
Everyone else is kind of just like, okay,
yeah,
because
like
even Francesca, like the fact that they brought back Francesca,
for a fan,
which
this is favorite one specifically.
yeah, like
A
she's not a
little,
favorite. I think that's the problem is sometimes when they try to bring some of these names to it and it doesn't fit the cast very well,
yeah,
it leaves a sour taste. Like Game Changers, for instance, it shouldn't have been called Game Changers because half the cast weren't Game Changers. And they tried really hard to explain why they were game changers, and they were like, "Well, these people didn't do anything. That's how they changed the game." And
Uh,
it was like, what?
yeah. Also, Corinne, like I didn't see Gabon before I saw that season. Like it was like 2015, 2016 is where I started to like look back at all the past seasons
Mhm.
before season 18. And so like that was one of the very last seasons I like watched. And I was just like, wow, they chose her. She she even admitted like she was like a wallflower her season for the majority of it.
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe they were just like, hey, just kind of like maybe people were just not available for that or didn't want to come in on a half returning season.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, before that, the last returning season was Redemption Island with Buster Robin and Russell Hantz, and then before that, Heroes vs. Villains. So they were probably like, "It's been a while, so we need a returning season," and then they couldn't get, everyone they wanted, and we're
yeah,
kind of just like, "Well, we got to do it."
yeah. Also, they were pretty heavy with the last few seasons within like, between season 21 and 25, like getting
Mhm.
people in that pool.
Mhm.
Um, so that's another reason. But bringing on back to Cochran, one of the best players in the game,
Yeah.
and made that season, higher on some
Yeah.
lists for people of like,
Yeah. If he ever came back, though, he would have such a huge target on his back,
oh yeah, most
without a
definitely
doubt.
playing such a great game.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, now everyone knows he's the strategic guy that's and with like he's still not good at challenges. Sure, he was a challenge beast in Caramelin, but that doesn't change the fact that he's still, the scrawny nerd type that's, he'll be good on the puzzles. He'll be good on the puzzles. Um, but if you have to do any physical challenges, he's going to kind of just be there.
We'll see. We'll see. Well, actually, we won't see the challenges here,
Yeah,
but
yeah. We will be told what happens in the
yeah.
challenges.
All right. So next we have Molly from season 39. Now, I was so close to choosing Janet
Yeah, interesting that you chose Molly over
over Janet.
Janet.
Well, here's my reason why. One, I might be saving Janet for a future video. Um, Two, I still feel like Molly was taken out too early. Like I felt like when we had our like analysis video, I thought she was going to make it super far into this game,
Mhm.
and to be voted out so early on, I was
Second.
so
She was
disappointed.
second out.
I know, and I was like, oh man, that sucks. So hopefully, like Chicken, she gets a second life in this game, and
how,
like
how great would it be if the early boosts of previous seasons come together and create the early boot alliance and make it to the end?
so basically what they did in All Stars.
Yes, exactly. It will be Molly, Chicken, and Johnny Fairplay.
That's I think we can all get behind that
Yeah.
alliance. We
Yeah,
have the glass.
I think there's a lot of great possibilities of alliances here, which I like.
Definitely. We have the glasses alliance with Zeke. Um, we'll have the
Zeke's gonna make some like makeshift glasses and like try to camouflage himself in there.
just Bill
And
Ricks.
then Tony is going to create the spy
Reunite,
glasses.
reunite, because they had a little alliance on our last one.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, I can see. I can see the potential.
Yeah.
Uh, So next we have Natalie. Now, part of the reason I chose Natalie, one, trying to keep in within the every 4 seasons. Another reason was since she won, since she won her, season, her first season, and did so well last season. Um, when she finally came back. Well, I mean, still on, Edge of Extinction, she was like dominating on there
She
for the
got like
most part.
three of our MVPs,
Yeah,
even though she was on Edge.
Exactly. So that's such a great reason for her to be brought back for this. Also, I feel like I know her more because I read that article and I'm like, you know what? I'm behind the Natalie train.
Mhm.
So that's part of the reason I chose her.
Nice, nice. Yeah, Natalie. I thought when she got voted out first in Winners at War, I was like, oh, I guess Natalie's not that great of a player. And then she immediately was like, I'm going to prove everyone wrong. And
Nice.
yeah,
But
nice.
yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
So now moving on to the second person that was in the last Brantsteele, Rick Devens, who I think out of all the players to have ever played the game, he encapsulates the new school play style the most.
I can agree. Um, he definitely was one of the best parts
He made
about
Edge of Extinction not a terrible season.
he definitely helped. Especially since a lot of people who liked, the old players that were, you know, voted off early or voted off pretty early in the merge. Like, like he was a great newbie that
Yeah.
everyone really enjoyed and was glad that he came back, even though he was originally an early boot. But
Yeah.
like, he came back and seized his moment.
Yeah, once Wentworth went home, it became the Rick Devens show from then on. Like every episode, he was the focal point. So much so that when it got down to it, it was just like Rick Devens has to win, and then Chris Underwood out of nowhere comes in and wins, and it was
Just
just like,
Johnson's it.
yeah. And I did not know who that if you showed me a picture of him before he won that game, Chris Underwood, I wouldn't have known his name. I literally wouldn't have known his name.
Yeah, he was a very out of field person to come back, which can always be the case in Edge. I think that's also another reason why they had like the fire tokens thing, was it's like, okay, if they're gonna come back, it's not gonna be as random as it was last time around,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. And I think that Edge of Extinction really helped Winners at War like solve the Edge of Extinction problem.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I think that it was much better in Winners at War than it was in Edge of Extinction.
because it also made them feel like a part of the game as well,
Yeah, they were still playing, whereas in Edge of Extinction they just sat around, had like two challenges the entire time, and then that was it.
Yeah, gave them stuff to do, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So that's Rick Devens, and now moving on to the third person that was in the last Brand Steel, Tony Vlachos, and he has to be on this because he won the last season. I think that's just the thing now. I think if you win the season and we do a Brand Steel afterwards, they have to be on the season.
Okay, that's fair enough. Technically, I did that, so
Yeah.
yeah, that can be a little tradition.
Yeah. Especially if
Oh,
you pick that person. Like I picked Tony as
oh,
the winner of Winners at War. Got ridiculed. Everyone was like, "That's so stupid. There's no way Tony's even making the merge." And then he wins the game.
by a landslide.
Yeah,
Uh,
like it wasn't even close.
yeah. Um, like I said, he's a great player. It cemented him as one of the best, if not the best player. So, you know, who better to represent one of the new schools than him?
Exactly. Yeah, Tony is by far the most entertaining Survivor player, in my opinion.
That's a very, very valid art. That's very, very valid choice.
Yeah. I mean, just look at the pre-merge of Winners at War of Tony. He was doing crazy things every episode that we would think would never happen.
Sure.
The shark, the ladder, that ladder. I rewatched that scene and it's so hilarious.
Yeah,
Like
Tony.
it almost seems like some of the trimates almost were like, "No, Tony, you have to keep going. You know, you have to get up there now." And like almost like if he gets medevaced, that's whatever. Like they were literally like, "This is dangerous," but they weren't stopping him.
I mean, he's a grown man. He
Yeah.
should. He knows what he's doing.
Like the freaking first ladder rung collapsed under his weight. And he
And
kept going.
yeah, let's see. We'll see how he does this time around. Now that he's a two-time winner,
Yeah, I believe in the last Brantsteele he was a pre-merge boot.
let's see if he's haunted by that Brantsteele
Yeah.
in the back of his mind.
Yes. Okay,
All right,
moving on to the last survivor.
we have Zeke, and I think he was also a great pick because Millennials versus Gen X is the first one you watched, right?
Yes, that was my first season.
So I feel that was one good reason. Another was, he was very, very enjoyable his first season. Also, I liked him in Game Changers, though that whole controversy that happened with,
Yeah, yeah.
um, I
What's interesting is it almost cast a shadow over Zeke in a way because of all that, but like at the same time, he really showed how great of a person he is by how he handled it. So
yeah,
it's a weird scenario if they ever brought him back.
I think I think they will bring him back because one, so likable, and two, kind of like the redemption arc
Hmm.
because there are like things of like there are like different arcs. Like one is being voted out early, or one is being voted out with an idol in your pocket.
Hmm.
But there are also like social arcs, kind of like what he was going through for the latter half of his season, where he doesn't want that to be like his final note on Survivor. So another reason I chose him because in my head I'm like, oh, this is fan fiction. And, like, oh, it'd be nice to see this person back.
Yeah, yeah, no. I would like Zeke to come back. I was rooting for him in his season. In fact, when they had Zeke versus David's when they went head to head, I did not want either of them to go home in that scenario because I liked both of them.
Yeah, both great players. We'll see how far he goes this time around.
Yes, yes. So that is our old school and our new school. It is time now to proceed to the reward challenge of old school versus new school. Um, oh, actually, I'm gonna zoom in so that way it doesn't keep doing that. There.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So the Bion tribe wins rewards. So the old schoolers. What do you think of them winning an extra bag of rice to start the game? Is this going to fuel them? You know how
and
old schoolers need every advantage they can get.
yeah, they if we learned anything from last season, old schoolers need a little help. And
Yeah.
extra food and also a winning momentum definitely will help them
Yeah.
out in the long
Yeah,
run.
this was the challenge where someone had to race to get the bag of rice. So who on this tribe got that bag of rice?
Uh,
It's got to be
I'm gonna
Aussie, right? It
yeah,
has to
yeah,
be Aussie. It'd be funny if it was chicken, but there's no way.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? It could have been.
Okay, okay. So let's see. So Amy Cusack, Chicken Morris, and Johnny Fairplay have created an alliance, and these have all been voted out pre-merge.
Yeah,
So we have a pre-merge alliance going on there. Um, and then right here we have Greg Buis, Jerry Manthe, and Ken.
I like this one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good alliance right there.
Yeah,
I'm
like
down for it.
wow, and like the loyalty level, like I don't think last time we got someone with an 8.
I know, right? Greg and Ken are, and Amy, she's all in on Chicken and Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely wants to make it to the merge this time around.
Yeah, I think it's the worst if you go out right before the merge. Like
Yeah,
that is the worst because it means that you were so close. Um, okay, so now we have Angelina, Aubrey, Molly, Tony, and Zeke. And Aubrey has a loyalty of 9.
wow, wow. That is a lot. That
Uh,
talk about going all in.
right now, it does look like Tony wants to play both sides because he's only at loyalty of 5.
Of course, Tony works for what's best for him in the end.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, technically, if they all stick together, they're going to go to rocks at the worst.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
let's.
I don't think that's gonna happen. They can wrangle someone in.
So we have a bit of a Glasses alliance with Cochran and Rick Devens, and then
Yeah,
Natalie is also here. But this is not that strong of an alliance.
no,
They're
no.
whole. They are. They. It seems like they realized what's going on up here, and they're trying to create a coalition.
I feel. I mean, they have Cochran on their side. If anyone can do it,
Yeah. So
um,
so wait. So there's 8 people here. So we're missing out on Abby, Maria, and Christian.
yeah,
So
they,
those two aren't
they're
an alliance, which is bad. That's not a good place to be for them.
well, no, because they could easily, be swing votes for the majority alliance. That's super strong. Which
Yeah.
I mean, bad news for Rick, Natalie, and John, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. True. Okay. Who's going to win this immunity? It's the
It's
old school.
cool. Yeah, way to go,
Chicken.
guys.
Yeah, chicken. You're not going to be a first boot.
Neither is Johnny Fairplay. Yay.
Yeah, look at that. Okay, they also win a fire making kit.
It's good
Yeah,
to have.
good for them.
Oh,
Johnny Fairplay has found the idol.
yeah. No, he's
And the behavior of chicken is becoming appreciated around camp.
he learned his lesson. He learned his lesson.
Yeah, he really went back, studied the tapes, figured out why his first time didn't work out, and he realized that he needs to be a cooperative team member with his tribe.
I mean, that's the great thing about being an early boot. You know, you're almost guaranteed to do better the next time around,
Yeah,
especially
he is officially doing better.
yeah. So
Wow.
let's keep up that
And
momentum,
and,
chicken.
and I like Johnny having the idol. I think he's going to use it very well.
Yeah, he's gonna fair play it very
Yep.
well.
Yeah, he never had the opportunity to have an idol. So
No,
here we go. Tony has found the idol.
shit. The most dangerous person to have an idol gets it.
Well, he has never successfully played an idol.
No,
He
but I
actually
mean,
hasn't, but he always finds them. And he uses them in a different way than playing them correctly. He uses them as leverage.
yeah, leverage helps.
Hmm.
Um, you make do with what you have, and Tony is known for being very, very resourceful.
Yeah. So what happened was Kagiyan, he got being known for playing idols, game changers. He went out to find idols, got voted out because of that. Winners at War chose to do the opposite of finding idols until the end. And then this season, he's like, I gotta go back to Game Changers because that's the only way that they won't know what's coming. So he goes back out, finds an idol right away, and now we're gonna see if he's gonna have to play it right away because he probably no because he's in the majority, right?
Yeah,
So
he's
I
in the.
mean, Tony right now is gonna win this game.
I don't know. I feel like he's going to be another pre-merge boot.
I don't know. He's playing his heart out right now. Okay,
As he does.
let's see. Okay, so who's going home?
I'm gonna say, so hard. I'm gonna say Rick.
You're gonna say Rick Devens going
Yeah.
home. Um, I'm. I actually think that one of the people out might go home, so I'm gonna say Abby Maria.
All right. Let's say she'd be my second choice.
Yeah. Okay. Tony does not play the Takeo tribe idol.
Let's see.
First vote, Cochran. Second vote, Abby Maria.
I'm okay.
Third vote goes to Abby. Fourth vote goes to Cochran.
Don't do it.
Fifth vote goes to Abby.
I love how these are both mine.
Sixth vote goes to it's true. Sixth vote goes to Abby. Seventh vote goes to
Oh,
Abby.
it's
Abby
like you called it.
Maria. Yep. I figured. I think who voted with Abby?
Uh,
Christian. So the two people who weren't in alliance worked together.
well, I'll be damned.
Yeah. And they probably just chose Abby because she was the biggest
Liability.
liability and
Now,
challenges and all that
I mean,
stuff.
she always got sat out when it came to
Yeah,
like challenges. So
true.
not
Yeah.
too surprising.
Yeah, she has won an immunity. Gotta remember that. She has won an immunity before.
True.
Okay.
But is she the best team player though?
No, not at all. If
Yeah,
I was out there with Abby, I would want her to go out first.
understandably.
Yeah, but if I never was on the same tribe with her and we were at the merge, I would not want her to go home. I would want to bring her to the end.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So that
It's like
yeah, the
that
alliances are still strong. Haven't really changed much.
could have sworn yeah, actually yeah, they do kind of look the same.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe Chicken was a six before, but I think he was a five.
Yeah. So looking good.
Okay.
Lions of Lions of Five still
This
looking good.
tribe is hanging in. So you gotta imagine Christian's on the outs right now. He's not
Yeah.
in either of the like. It seems like these guys are all just gonna work together, which is great for these five. Bad for these three.
I mean, next episode it's all gonna swap anyway, so
True, true. Okay, immunity challenge. The old schoolers win again. So
it's
Christian
their
is going
revenge for
home.
what before.
There's no way Christian's getting out of this, right?
We don't know.
The behavior chicken is rubbing the tribe the wrong way.
Just when we believed in you, chicken, you decide to screw up.
He couldn't hold
All
it.
that character development.
And
All that character
he
development.
throws it down the toilet. Man, he was showing a very different side of him, and now it's back to the old chicken.
Oh, chicken.
Zeke and Rick have a minor fight. Oh, this is Christian's opening.
Yeah. Doing some
Could Rick Devins go home now?
oh, just no one on that I've chosen. Come on.
Tony does not play the Takeo Tribe Idol.
All right.
First vote, Christian.
Christian.
Second vote, Cochran. Third vote, Cochran.
Don't.
Fourth vote, Cochran. Fifth vote, Christian. No.
Okay. Okay. Come on.
Sixth vote, Cochran. Seventh vote, Christian. Eighth vote, Cochran, and he is voted out. What happened here? What happened?
I chose him. That's what happened. I can't control the curse.
I gotta say, this is hilarious. I just want to say.
I feel that's what would happen in this scenario because, being a big player, but
Yeah.
yeah. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's rough. That is rough. Okay, so who voted with Cochran? So Cochran voted Christian, Natalie, and so yeah, it was the minority three alliance.
Yeah.
And Christian, they decided that Christian should stay a little longer. So much for Cochran and Christian working together.
Dang. There could only be one.
Upsetting. Well, time
This is
for
where,
the swap.
well, the separation of three.
Yeah, okay, so they all get their buffs. So, the Bayon tribe, Amy, Chicken, Johnny,
All
Ken,
old
Russell, and
school.
Tom.
It's all old
Which the
school.
yeah, and these three were an alliance. The
Oh,
Amy and Chicken and Johnny.
not good for Russell, Ken, or Tom.
Yes. All these three have to do is rope one of them in, and they have majority.
Yeah, just
The
don't
Takeo
Russell.
tribe, all new school players.
Uh,
Angelina, Aubrey, Christian, Rick Devens, Tony, and Zeke. Interesting how this is turning out.
yeah,
Because now the Anchor tribe, we got
Booster.
Greg, Jerry, Molly, Natalie, Ozzy, and Rob. So Molly and Natalie are on the outs.
All right, Molly is still doing good. She's doing better than last time,
Yeah, she has made it further.
and
Um,
she's been to two travels, so that's like even says more.
yeah, yeah. But that's weird. We have all old school and an all new school, and then old school have control over here. It's going to be interesting. Which tribe do you want to see go to tribal first? Because I think they all have
Uh,
potential.
hold on. Which one has more of your guys?
um, I have
Looks
one,
like
two, three,
Takeo.
one, two, three,
Take
4, 5.
all the way.
We'll watch
Get
them go to
wrecked.
tribe and Zeke goes home. And then this one I have one.
So Angkor
Oh, what?
has
No, I
to
have two. I have two.
still Angkor. Don't go.
Okay. Um, so this tribe has it. Amy, Chick, and Johnny are still together. Ken does not have his alliance anymore.
No.
For some reason, the entire Bion tribe has decided to create an alliance.
And one where Russell Hance is tied with the most loyalty. Okay, let's go with that.
Okay. So the Takeo Tribe Alliance. So these four are all together, which is
See,
pretty
is there?
it's pretty strong. So that means Rick Devens is on the outs. It's Rick, and then and then they also all decided to create a tribe alliance.
You gotta,
I
just
guess I
unity.
guess the hope is if you make it to the merge as a tribe, you want everyone on that tribe to be together.
I mean, it helps, like, especially if it's like 13-6. That's a good, you just got to rope one person in.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So Molly's all by herself.
Row.
Greg and Jerry are an alliance, and Natalie's all by herself.
Row.
And then we have Greg, Jerry, Ozzy, and Rob are all an alliance because they were from the old tribe, the old school tribe, and then
I
the
mean,
new school tribe are sticking together. So it looks like they're not changing tribal lines.
maybe. We don't know.
So that's bad
We
for
don't.
Molly and Natalie.
So bad for me.
Okay, immunity. The old school and the new school.
I see. I see.
uh, okay, Johnny as the idol.
Depends on who gets the idol
Yeah,
on.
yeah, Molly or Natalie could get the idol right here. Oh,
Come on, Molly.
no one has found the idol.
Fuck.
So they're now a medium strength alliance. Okay, so who's going home here?
I see
I
the
see
tip
an
of
Aussie, so it's either
uh,
Aussie, Natalie, or Molly.
Natalie, you've had your time in the sun.
Okay, so you're saying Natalie's going home?
Yes.
Okay, first votes. Oh, Aussie has been medically evacuated from the. What?
I'm more upset glad that he got medevac, that he was also someone that I chosen, but
What? Ozzy, episode 3 medevac.
what?
He's never gone home pre-merge. Wow. Wow, I don't think he was going to go home if they had a regular tribal council.
So, why?
Oh, I mean this is good for Natalie and Molly.
Yeah, but still, why one of my guys?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that out of your 10, 3 of them have already gone home. Wow. Okay. So there's everyone. There's the new Anchor tribe alliances. Any changes to the alliances? They all look
And that
all look the same.
kind of look the same, yeah.
All look the same. Everyone seems to be playing a safe game right now, except for Ozzy, who somehow got into a tree and fell off.
That is a shame. I didn't want to make home better.
Ooh, so now this alliance is pretty weak.
They're weak, but they still have numbers. But then
Yeah,
again,
all it takes is one of them to defect.
Jerry, come on.
Jerry. I mean, Rob would be the one to defect here, right? He's the flipper.
He's known for that, but
Because I think he could associate himself as a new school player, even though he's an old school player.
I can see that. All right,
Okay.
the reward challenge.
Vion chooses Ken to compete for them. This is the where it was the Terry Dietz versus Andrew Savage versus I forgot who the last person was, but it was like each tribe chose someone to compete for them. So Ken gets chosen, Angelina gets chosen, and Greg. Who wins out of these 3?
Ken.
Ken, right? Yep, Ken wins rewards. Barbecue set with sausages and vegetables, and Angelina gets second, and they win a walk in vegetables. So poor Greg.
Let's see if it helps.
Immunity. Okay, New School, Takeo wins, and Encore wins. So now we're going to see the old school players who haven't played before, who have gone to tribal, go to their first tribal council.
Uh-oh. I'm nervous.
Oh, is it loading? It's loading. It's taking its time.
So it's like, how can we vote off someone Ryan loves?
Yes. Yeah, they're trying to figure out how Johnny doesn't play his idol here and sends him home with an idol in his pocket.
No.
Aubrey and Angelina have a minor fight. That's not good
crap.
for me. Rob Sesternino has found the idol.
But has a major fight with Molly. So
I think Molly. I bet Molly saw Rob find the idol, calls him out, and they get into it.
Yeah, and then Jerry's gonna go over to Molly and Natalie's side, and bye Rob.
And then he plays his idol, and Molly goes home anyways.
No, they fish it out. They fish it out.
Okay, so who's going home in this tribal council?
I'm gonna have to say Russell.
Yeah, Russell. I'm going to say Tom.
Hey.
So this is a 50-50 shot. There's a 50% chance someone of my tribe goes home, or my team, and 50% chance someone on your team goes home.
I don't like those odds.
They're even.
We need an 80-20. I need to play with a handicap.
Johnny plays the idol. So now it's in your favor. Johnny can't go home. First vote. Johnny Fairplay. Chicken Morris, no.
Bro.
Russell, hands, no.
Like this.
Chicken,
Like it a little less, but I'm okay.
Russell. Okay,
It comes down to
final
one
votes.
vote.
It's going to be Russell. I think you called it. I think Russell's going home here.
Is he?
Russell,
Yeah.
hands. Damn. 3-2. Who voted Ken voted Johnny. Russell and
Ken.
Tom voted chicken. And Amy, Chicken, and Johnny are the majority now, as they voted Russell. So yeah, I guess that's true. It was these three. They stayed together, and they pulled off a 3-2-1 vote. They knew Russell and Tom were going to work together, and they managed to convince Ken to vote against Johnny.
All right. So, all right. One of yours down, just 9 more to go.
Yeah, and he was one of my favorites. Uh, okay. So the only tribe here who hasn't gotten a tribe now is the Takeo.
Come on, guys. Mess up. All right,
No
alliances. Gucci.
alliances. Nothing's really changed. Yeah, let me know if you see any changes, because I don't see any.
And
Nope.
no.
Nothing. Okay, reward challenge. And the
They
old schoolers
win.
win rope and tarp along with comfort items and refreshments. Along
Nice.
with the Takeo tribe. They win
Oh,
rope and tarp. These guys seem pretty good at challenges. They have not lost a challenge.
you know that confidence, it's going to be their downfall.
Mhm.
I call it.
Yeah, this is also the last a tribal until they do another tribe swap.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what it does. All right, so
Okay,
good.
so the
Um,
Angkor tribe wins immunity. So now it's all up to who this next tribe wins. And it's the Takeo tribe. That's bad for me though, because Chicken's probably going home next.
Now Chicken's in the strong alliance
Oh yeah,
though.
no, he is. Oh yeah, I know he is. So
So Tom
it's
or Ken.
Tom or Ken.
I'm gonna
Johnny
say,
found the idol again.
good job, man.
And Tom and
Oh
Chicken
no,
have a
Tom.
major fight. I think Chicken's controlling this game personally.
He's
I think he's purposely being like, I'm going to create a fight with someone, and that person's going to go home.
oh god.
Tony as the idol. Christian and Tony bond slightly.
Ooh, interesting.
And Natalie and Molly have a minor fight.
Roar! Come on.
They're in an alliance together and they're fighting. Okay. Okay, so the odds are it's either Ken or Tom going home here.
Goodbye, Tom. I hope it's Tom
It
out of
could
the
be
two.
Chicken. They could flip. There could be a flip here.
Goodbye, Tom.
Johnny does not play his idol. First vote, Tom. Second vote, Johnny Fairplay.
Oh god, no.
Third vote, Tom. Fourth vote, Johnny Fairplay. So now the question is, did
Don't
someone flip on Johnny?
don't go.
Tom.
I'm so salty that he has to go,
Yeah.
especially this early, but at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah. So well, this is good for Ken though, because we're gonna get a tribe swap, and he's not gonna be forced to be fighting this tight three. Who would have thought that Amy Cusack, Chicken, and Johnny would be a tight three?
I don't know. Like, you know, it's funny. I was talking to one of my roommates how dire situations bring out interesting relationships. Though I meant it as in maybe this girl might talk to me, but
Dark. Okay. Oh, actually, I guess there's one more tribe before we have the tribe swap. So that's bad for Ken.
they can pull through. Come on,
Yeah,
new
they have
school.
to win immunity, otherwise Ken goes home pretty much. Okay. Alliances. Poor Ken.
It's okay,
Hey,
Ken.
he's still in alliance with them.
I mean, at this point,
He has to like do that.
seem like he's willing to work with them at the swap.
Yeah, exactly. Um, and all of them. So wait, so our major four of the six is Angelina, Aubrey, Tony, and Zeke.
Yeah.
So the two on the outs are Christian and Devons.
Yeah. So I think it's not looking good for Devons because Tony bonded with Christian a little bit.
True. So Devons has the biggest chance of going home here. Okay.
Molly old fire. There's so many people that have alliances outside of this tribe.
I know, right? It's like it got really shaken up, even though that it didn't seem like it. Okay, so Bion wins reward and Takeo wins reward. They have yet to lose a challenge. Even if they're only getting
Okay.
second, they're still winning.
Ah,
Immunity. Bion
all right.
wins and Takeo wins. This is Tony's game plan though, is he wins pre-merge so that he rarely goes to tribal and then he controls the merge.
Oh, this is not good. I mean, statistically speaking,
The behavior of Johnny is rubbing the tribe the wrong way.
is he rubbing his idol in faces?
Yeah, he's
Have
rubbing it
all
all
this
over
rub
himself.
in play.
Like
I'm gonna rub it in face the fair
he
play
found this
way.
idol and then just walks right into camp and just is rubbing it all over himself.
Exactly.
Christian and Zeke bond a lot. See, Christian's playing a great game. I gotta say, he's playing a great underdog game right now. Because he has not been on like the right side of the numbers, but he's forming relationships with people who are going to probably be on the jury. So if he makes it to the end, there's a good chance he gets votes. And Molly and Greg have a major fight.
Molly, I swear.
Okay, so I think Molly's going home here.
I, I'm gonna say Rob. Come on, man.
Rob does not play the idol.
Go home with an idol.
First vote goes
Go
to
home with
Molly.
an idol.
Second vote goes to Greg.
Come on.
Third vote goes to Greg. Fourth vote goes to Molly.
Don't go,
Final
Mom.
vote goes to Molly. Right, I swear, I did not mean for this to happen. I was fully expecting that this was going to be me, and all my guys were going to go home.
Oh God. I'm
So, oh, this is good for Natalie now because she would have gone home if they went to tribal again.
oh dear God.
Okay, so let's see how the tribes get swapped. Okay, so the new Bion tribe has Amy, Christian, Johnny, Ken, Natalie, Rick Devens, and Tony Vlachos.
They don't have chicken.
They don't have chicken. Chicken has been split from the group. Now remember, this is only one tribal. This was the Woo elimination, or just one tribal. And then the new Takeo is Angelina, Aubrey, Chicken, Greg, Jerry, Rob, and Zeke.
It doesn't look good for me on that tribe. On
Yeah.
Take.
Who? So you have on this tribe Jerry and Zeke.
Gary and Zeke, that's it. And the other tribe, that's where I have the majority.
Mhm.
Oh wait. No, I don't.
Yeah, no, you have
Oh yeah,
very
I've lost 5 people.
yeah, you have lost half of your team pre-merge. Yeah, because on this in this tribe you have three. You have Johnny, Ken, and Natalie.
Thank God I don't play the lottery.
Okay, let's see what happens. Everyone doesn't have their alliance. Natalie, Rick, Amy, Johnny, and Ken. Christian, Rick, and Tony. Amy, Johnny, and Ken. This seems like it's good. It's a clusterfuck of who's going home.
Yeah, that one
Like
is gonna be.
I literally can't tell like who's going to what side are people going to side with,
Odds are
and
it's
that they decided to create a tribe alliance too.
odds are it's either gonna be Ken or Johnny Fairplay
Johnny
or
has the idol.
Natalie.
I just hope it's not Tony. Tony can't go home with an idol in his pocket.
He's too smart for that.
Okay.
But
And yeah, so Chicken's by himself. Angelina, Aubrey, Zeke, Greg, and Jerry. Chicken by himself again. So Chicken might go home here. He doesn't have any relationships, and I don't think he's trying to build any more relationships. I think he thinks that his Johnny and Amy are going to carry him to the end.
well, I mean, he has to get through this one vote.
Yeah. If he wins immunity, yeah, and so then they also created a tribe alliance. Rewards. The Takeo tribe. They win a picnic delivered to camp.
Nice.
And oh no, Bion wins immunity. I think Chicken's going home. I think this is Chicken.
I don't I don't know.
So Johnny and Tony have the idol. And Rob has that idol. Okay, I'm saying Chicken. I think Chicken's going home here.
Let's see. I don't. I'm gonna say Aubrey.
Aubrey. Okay.
Just out of left field, but
Rob does not play the Anchor Tribe idol. First vote goes to Chicken. Second vote goes to Chicken. Third vote goes to Jerry. Fourth vote goes to Chicken. Fifth vote goes to Chicken. And damn,
okay.
Chicken is going home.
All right, I'm
when I
okay
saw that
with
Jerry,
that.
I thought it was going to be Jerry from here on out, and it was going to
I
be
thought that too. It would be just my luck.
Yeah, I'm not even going to show that because there's no other votes.
Yeah,
We know where
obviously.
everyone voted. So Chicken, our winner pick, has
He's
gone home.
Now, out of everyone who is left, who do you think is going to win this game?
I'm saying Tony. I think Tony is going to pull it off.
Fair play.
Fair play. Fair play is playing a pretty good game. He has found 2 idols.
All right, we'll see.
The merge. Okay, look at this cast up for our merge. Man, this is turning out to be a pretty great Brantsteele simulation, I'd have to say.
See how my guys go.
I've lost 2, right? I've lost 2, and you've lost 5.
You've only lost 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Russell and Chicken. None of my new school players have gone home yet.
For me, it's like, well, I mean, with half, it's like a good split. Most of my newbies have gone, so I only have Natalie and Zeke.
Yeah, I think there's way too much alliances going. There's so many alliances. I don't think there's a point for us even looking at it too much.
Well, I mean, this is the season of voting blocks. Remember?
Yeah, exactly. People are voting one way and then voting a different way the next time. So it's weird because it's like, look at how many alliances. Like, there's no way to decipher who's voting who. Okay. Natalie wins immunity.
All right, so I'm guaranteed one person I know is not going home.
So Johnny, Rob, and Tony, and there's another idol now hidden, and no one found the idol this round. And Tony and Johnny have a major fight.
Oh, if it's one of the two. Come on, be smart, guys.
Okay.
Tony.
Johnny does not play the idol. Tony does not play the idol. Rob does not play the idol. First vote goes to Devins. Second vote, Devins. Third vote, Devins. Fourth vote, Devins. Fifth vote, Ken.
Okay, it's okay. You have
Sixth
four.
vote, Ken.
Still have four.
Devins. Ken. Devins.
I think
And
it's GG.
Devins is going home. So who voted against Ken? Christian, Natalie, and Devins.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. I can breathe a little. I
Christian's
can
playing the
breathe.
underdog game. I think he's going to be on the wrong side of all the votes, but he's going to just try to get to the end and be like, "Hey, I played a good social game."
Hmm. Uh, yeah. It just
It's just
it
how
looked.
it's how he's getting there. It's going to be the problem.
Yeah. It's like always on the bottom. But when you're
Michelle
on the
did
bottom,
it. If he plays
you're,
a better social game than Michelle,
yeah.
and he's not against a Tony or a Natalie, if Christian gets the end with like say a Greg and an Amy, I think he wins, right?
Yeah. I think it's possible. I mean, Christian is still pretty good. Amy, well, I mean, Amy has that alliance with Fair Play.
Hmm. Yeah,
I think
but it
it's
sucks that Chicken went out because that would have been a vote for either of them if they made it to the end.
yeah, but we will see.
So Amy and Johnny are still going to be in alliance together. They're still going to work their magic. And they have Ken. Got to remember they do have Ken, kind of.
Mm,
I think this is more of a Ken doesn't want to separate.
No, I feel like what's happening is they're showing of like how their old tribes were and who's still left from that old tribe.
Hmm.
And then they're like, oh, this is a possibility of an alliance.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, all these alliances are very weak.
Yeah.
There's no strong alliances now. This that which is classic. I mean, I not classic.
Second chance. Yeah.
Textbook new school Survivor. Okay, so rewards. So Tony, Jerry, Christian, Rob, Zeke, and Ken all win a trip to the Survivor Cafe on tuk tuks. So who is the Keith Nail of this group? Who's getting really drunk and riding a tuk tuk?
I think it's going to be Ken.
I was going to say Ken too. Uh, he's using his gamer skills on how to drive a tuk tuk.
Yeah.
Tony wins immunity.
Yeah. One of your guys.
Yeah, I'm Tony. I think Tony's winning this game.
If he does, hats off to him, but at the
He's
same time,
truly the best player to ever play Survivor because of this simulation.
yes,
Not winners at war. This simulation creates it.
in general. We'll see.
Okay, so Johnny, Rob, and Tony. No one has found. Natalie has found the idol.
All right, Natalie, let's go.
Okay, who's going home now?
Uh, I'm gonna say Rob.
I'm going to say Christian. I think one of my guys is going home again. The Castaways all vote. Johnny does not play the idol. Tony does not play the idol. Rob does not play the idol. Natalie plays the idol.
Okay,
First vote goes to Natalie.
does not count.
Second vote goes to Natalie.
Not count.
Third vote goes to Natalie.
It looks like she made the
Fourth
right
vote
move.
goes to Natalie. Fifth vote
Definitely
goes
made
to
the.
Natalie. Sixth vote goes to Natalie.
Does she get
Seventh
it?
vote goes to
Oh
Natalie.
yeah, great play.
Eighth vote goes to Natalie. This is the Andrew Savage play too. This is the same place. This is where Kelly Wentworth plays her idol and gets rid of Andrew Savage. Ninth vote goes to Natalie.
So who is it?
10th vote goes to Natalie. Ken. Ken has been voted on.
Oh, that stings a little.
Oh, that's harsh. That's harsh.
Ah,
So was it Christian that voted? No, Christian voted Natalie. It was Rob and Natalie voted together.
He decided, oh, you want to vote me? I'm going to take out one of your favorite guys.
Yeah. Oh, well,
I,
that's harsh. That's harsh. So now who do you have left? You have Jerry,
I have
Johnny,
Jerry
and Natalie.
and Zeke.
And Zeke. So you have four
I
left
have
still.
two from each tribe.
Yeah. Hey, four people. All you need is one of them to make it to the end.
Yes, but statistically speaking and luck speaking,
Yeah, but remember, they're not playing like they're not like, hey, I'm on Ryan's team or hey, I'm on Joe's team. So,
true. But they
whereas
have
last time that's what happened. So that's what kind of happened was we got up a gonging.
they have the Ryan curse though.
The Ryan curse. Okay, Amy and Johnny still tight. So you got to imagine Natalie and Rob have to be tight now. I just don't see them in any alliances together. Oh, there it is. So the new Anchor tribe, but then Greg and Jerry didn't vote with them.
Maybe to save face.
Interesting. Tony, Zeke, Johnny, Christian, and Rob win rewards.
Nice.
Zeke wins the
Okay,
advantage of
another
ability
one
to
of
steal a vote from another player up until Final Five. And Johnny Fairplay wins immunity.
all right, all right.
Okay, I think Natalie's going home.
It doesn't look good for her.
There's no idol hidden now. The new Takeo Tribe Alliance dissolves.
That could be
These,
good. That
these
could be
guys are
good.
no longer in an alliance. Okay. I'm going to still say Natalie because she had all those votes. I think that there's still a good chance she goes home.
I'm gonna say Rob again.
Zeke steals the vote of Jerry.
That's not good.
Johnny has the idol. Tony, Rob. Johnny does not play the idol. Tony does not play the idol. Rob does not play the idol. First vote goes to Tony.
Dum dum
Second vote goes to Natalie.
dum.
Third vote goes to Natalie. Fourth vote goes. I'm letting you know. I'm going to be so pissed if Tony goes home here. Fourth vote goes to Tony. Fifth vote goes to Natalie. Sixth vote goes to Tony. Seventh vote goes to Tony. Eighth vote goes to Natalie. Ninth vote goes to Natalie. And the tenth vote, and Natalie is going home.
Ah,
Now, so four people voted Tony. How funny would it be if it's all four of your guys all voted against Tony?
I would hope that they would try and stick together.
Okay, so Amy voted against Tony. Johnny voted Tony. Natalie voted Tony, and Rob voted Tony.
All right, so two of my guys.
Yeah, I gotta say, Christian is now back on the majority somehow.
You know, that's how the voting blocks work. All right, so this is our final 10, our halfway mark. So
Yes.
we have actually an even number of old school and new school,
Hmm. True.
as
Yeah.
opposed to my picks and your picks. You have 7 of your picks left. I only have 3.
Yes.
Jerry, Johnny Fairplay, and Zeke.
Yeah. So the only way that I don't have anyone in the final three is if all my guys go home one after another.
Yeah,
It's not impossible.
it's not impossible, just improbable.
Yeah. Okay. Alliances. War Challenge. Aubrey, Angelina, Christian, Johnny, and Rob win reward. They win a trip to a Cambodian circus.
Nice.
I gotta say,
I
Cambodia had some of the best reward challenges, in my opinion. Had some great rewards.
I think, when it comes to all-star seasons, they definitely have like bigger budgets and they're like, oh yeah, let's just make it awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, immunity. So if 5 or more castaways choose to sit out and give up a shot at immunity, the entire tribe will return to a new shelter built at their camp. But only 3 sat out. So Amy, Angelina, and Rob cannot win. Uh, and there's
None of
no
my.
new shelter. So that means Aubrey, Christian, Greg, Jerry, Johnny, Tony, and Zeke are gonna compete.
Come on,
And
Johnny.
Aubrey wins immunity.
Good for her.
Okay, you gotta. I feel like at some point these guys have to play their idols. They've had their idols for so long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Johnny played his first style. This is his second one.
Hmm. Okay. The behavior of Christian is becoming appreciated around camp. See, Christian's playing a great social game. I'm pointing that out because I really think he's doing a great job.
He is doing good. A lot of good people playing right now, but
Johnny
wait.
plays the idol.
Okay, so he's safe.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think Greg is going home.
I'm gonna say Tony.
Tony does not play the idol. Rob does not play the idol. First vote, Johnny Fairplay does not count. Second vote, Johnny Fairplay does not count. Third vote, Johnny Fairplay does not count. Fourth vote, Johnny Fairplay does not count. Fifth vote, Johnny does not count. Sixth vote, Johnny does not count. He would have gone home.
Yeah.
Tony.
Uh-oh.
Ryan. Ryan, we need to talk. Ryan. Ryan.
It's okay. I can guide you through this pain. I see his head. I'm sorry. It's okay.
He had an idol in his pocket. Why didn't he play it? Johnny, he
Because
voted against Johnny and didn't
he
play his idol.
mentioned he mentioned that he always plays his idols wrong, and that doomed him. Doomed him. At least he made it past the halfway mark.
It's upsetting. That okay, well, this game is open up for anyone now.
Uh,
I think Christian's my new favorite. I think Christian's winning this game. I could
don't
see
know.
Rob. I could see Rob winning too.
I think Johnny might be able to do it.
I always feel like when you successfully play an idol, the next tribal council, you are a big target.
I mean, yeah.
So I think he has to get through this next tribal for him to have that ability.
Do it.
Okay, man, Tony, he was going to win this game. Christian wins reward and shares it with Zeke and Amy. They win a trip to a local resort.
I could hurt
Zeke
them,
wins immunity.
Doesn't hurt Zeke.
Okay, so now Rob is the only one with an idol, and Aubrey is rubbing the tribe the wrong way.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, I think it's either Johnny or Aubrey.
I think it's good. I'm hoping it's Aubrey.
Rob plays the idol. First vote goes to Rob.
How does he know?
Second vote goes to Rob. Yeah, right? I have not seen any indication of Rob going home. Third vote goes to Rob. Fourth vote goes to Rob. Fifth vote goes to Rob.
Played it right.
Johnny Fairplay.
Don't do it. Don't do
Aubrey.
it. Okay.
Johnny Fairplay is going home. 3 votes to 1.
Oh, why?
Wow. Okay, so now it's guaranteed at least one of my guys makes it to the final 3. And I think your strongest guy just went home.
Yeah. Gary's been kind of silent. Zeke. I mean, Zeke's been doing good.
Zeke's doing okay. I think he's in the situation where he has to be up against the right people.
Yeah.
So Amy voted Rob, Angelina voted Johnny, Aubrey voted Johnny, Christian voted Rob, Greg voted Rob, Jerry voted Rob, Johnny voted Rob, Rob votes Aubrey, and Zeke votes for Johnny. Why is Zeke? Okay, so
Uh,
now, so now you got Zeke and Jerry.
oh dear.
And
One
then
of
I
them
got
make it.
Amy, Angelina, Aubrey, Christian, Greg, and Rob.
Oh dear.
Okay, alliances. Aubrey wins rewards. Oh, this was the loved ones.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They win a Survivor Barbecue with their loved ones. So Aubrey, Greg, Zeke, Jerry, and Amy. So both of your guys made the loved ones.
So that's a good sign. Ish.
Rob wins immunity. Oh, this is
Not
men
a
and
good sign.
Aubrey wins immunity. That's
Oh
good
dear.
for Rob because Rob probably would have had a big target on his back this time.
This is bad for Ryan.
There's no idol hidden, so they didn't put another idol in place. There's no more hidden immune idols for the rest of the game.
Oh god.
This is all old school game now.
I see
I
the top.
see I see someone. So
I
Zeke, are
Zeke.
you thinking Zeke?
You know what? I'm gonna say it's Christian. It's his time.
Okay. First vote goes to Zeke. Second vote goes to Amy. Oh, Amy does not have her team anymore.
Yeah,
Third vote goes to Amy. Fourth vote goes to Angelina.
that's a little out of left field, but okay.
Fifth vote goes to Zeke. Sixth vote goes to Amy. Seventh vote goes to Angelina. Eighth vote and final vote goes to Zeke.
You gotta
The
you
final
gotta
results are 3-3-2. So Zeke and Amy have we get a tie
this
in a
is a
revote.
very funny face thing I'm doing right now. It's unintentional. It's like a
It's
well
like
that
it's like you're making a teepee with your hands.
it's it's my tribal tent, you know.
Yeah, if you ever play, I think you gotta do this when
I'm
Jeff's
gonna do
casting the
that.
votes. Yeah.
That'll be my signal.
Okay, first vote goes to Amy. Second vote goes to Amy. Third vote goes to Zeke. Fourth vote goes to Amy.
All
Fifth
right.
vote and player leaving is Amy.
Ooh.
Um, so Amy voted for Angel. Oh man, if she voted for Zeke, Zeke would have gone home. So Christian switched over to Amy. Angelina voted Amy. Aubrey voted Amy. Greg went from Zeke over to Amy. Jerry went from Zeke to Amy. Rob votes Zeke. Zeke votes Amy.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
this is the
Zeke's
last one before the finale.
yes. Okay, who's going to make the finale? I feel like Rob, Zeke, and Christian have to make the finale. I feel like they've been shown too much at this point. They have to
Yeah,
at least make the finale.
Gary has been a wallflower, unfortunately,
Yeah, she's the
but
she's the real Corinne of the season.
I'm glad she I'm glad she's made it this far.
Mhm. Okay, reward challenge. Rob wins reward and shares it with Christian and Jerry. They win a trip to the temples of Siem Reap.
Nice.
Angelina wins immunity. Wow.
Okay.
And her behavior is becoming appreciated around camp.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I
Who do I
see who the first
see
person
Rob
is.
there? Uh,
I think I
think
think
it's
Rob
Rob's.
he has to make the finale, but I also think he is such a threat.
I
He's
think it's
like
just.
he's such a threat right now. Like if he makes it to the end, he wins.
I think it's his time, man. I love how the top is green, but the bottom have blue backgrounds for the most part.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Okay. So I think it's Rob too. First vote goes to Rob. Second vote goes to Rob. Third vote goes to Aubrey. Fourth vote goes to Rob, yeah. Rob goes home.
You came
Oh,
close.
that he was the biggest threat out of all of them. Out of all those seven, he was the biggest one to win. So I think Christian's winning.
I think it's definitely possible. Uh, and it looks like with everyone that's left, it looks like that we're probably going to have a new schooler win. If
Yeah,
you look
because
at it, only Jerry and Greg are left, and they've been
yeah,
kind of floaters.
yeah, and odds are, they might even get picked off right here. Because if the new schoolers just decide to stay as new school, they can just vote them off, get to final four, and then have one final vote.
Oh.
But who would have think that these two would be our final two old school players? Greg
Yeah.
and Jerry.
Well, I mean, you know, Jerry has made it far before in the game, so I mean, it's not like a total surprise.
Yeah.
But I would say out of the options we had, she did seem kind of a little unlikely.
Hmm.
I mean, we all thought Chicken would make it here.
Yeah. We all did.
And
And
he
he went
was
on episode 7.
the woo vote.
Yeah. I do have to say, out of the season, I think that's the worst tribal council is that swap because it's you just get swapped. It's basically someone just gets swap screwed,
Yeah.
and that's kind of just what happens.
I mean, that's what happened to Woo, and I like Woo.
Yeah, exactly. I think that they won't do that again. Honestly, I don't think that they'll do a swap for one vote and then
I'd be
go.
interested if they don't do a swap for a recent season.
Yeah,
Just see how it like throws them off.
I think that it makes a boring season.
I mean, I know why they do it. It's just like usually, I think I feel more strongly if it's like a versus theme, you know? Like, I'm glad they didn't do it in heroes versus villains because I felt like that would have taken away.
Yeah,
Um,
they wouldn't be heroes or villains. They would intermingle too much ahead of time.
yeah, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Okay, so let's move on. Alliances. Um, so Greg and Jerry gonna have to fight against the world because clearly Angelina, Aubrey, and Zeke are controlling the game, and Christian is kind of their fourth wheel.
Oh dear.
Zeke wins immunity.
Wait, you're ahead of me, I think.
Oh,
Oh, there we go. I see
yeah.
it.
Okay.
Well, good. I have one guy that's
Okay.
guaranteed to make it in the final five at
Okay.
this point.
Do you see what's happening now, right?
Okay, she's being appreciated.
Hmm.
Nice.
Yes, yes. I want to make sure that we're like lined up, so I'm gonna click this and then let me know if you see it. Do you see it?
Not yet.
Oh,
Okay, now I see it, and I see the top of Greg's head.
yeah. Okay, so this is weird that you're like really far behind.
It's weird. God. So I guess you're gonna have to describe it to me.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah. We're so close. So yeah, I'll
you,
just be
you'll be
describing.
the
So
Jeff. You'll
so
be the Jeff.
I think Greg is going home.
I think
I would have said that
I think
even if I
it's
didn't
his
see the top
time.
of this head.
I think it's his time.
Yeah. Okay. So first votes goes to Greg. Second
All
vote
right.
goes to Greg.
Okay.
Third vote goes to Aubrey. Fourth vote goes to
Okay.
Greg. Fifth vote goes to Aubrey.
Uh, uh,
Sixth vote goes to Greg, and Greg has been eliminated. So you gotta imagine Jerry voted with Greg. Yeah, it was Greg and Jerry voted together.
Ooh, it's not good for J. At least she makes final five.
Yeah, true.
Uh,
Yeah. I mean, and
it,
if she wins this immunity,
it helps.
um so let's see. Immunity. Angelino wins immunity.
Oh dear.
So Jerry's going home, right? Yeah, Jerry's going home.
Probably.
So this first vote goes to Jerry, second vote goes to Aubrey, third vote goes to Jerry, and fourth vote goes to Jerry. Yeah, so So old school once again gets shown up by the new school.
It's the curse.
Yep. So you have Zeke left. He's your last guy. There's
He's my.
one last tribal council. There's no way he's going home, right?
You never know.
There's no way that they're going to send Zeke home. Christian, I think, has to win immunity. I think he's the fourth wheel of this alliance.
I'm just nervous.
Yeah. Okay. Are you synced up with me now or no?
I'm still not. I don't see who won. Or all right, we're on alliances.
Yeah.
It just turned.
Zeke wins immunity.
Yay!
You have someone in the final three for the first time.
First time since season 39.
Yes. How does that make you feel?
It feels like I have a shot.
Yeah, Zeke, I think, has played a pretty good game. I think he might win this.
Yeah,
I think he has the underdog. You have the underdog story going for you right now. I think the only person out of my group that can beat Zeke is Christian, and I think he's going home here.
I'm going to say Aubrey.
First vote goes to Aubrey. Second vote goes to Christian. Third vote goes to Aubrey. And Aubrey is going home. This is going to be tough. I think, and as I said, Angelina makes it to the final three. I think she's the 0 vote final three person again.
We'll see.
So, okay. So obviously you want Zeke to win and I want Christian to win.
Yes.
So the question is, what does Brantsteele think is best for us?
Angelina.
Angelina.
Okay. It's perfect. You still win.
We don't get fair, this is David versus Goliath. Angelina and Christian.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay, Christian wins. They didn't even let us go through it. Okay.
At least it wasn't a total sweep like last time.
Yeah. Well, last time, I guess in terms of vote off, but last time it was a 4-3-3 final vote. But so wait, let's see who got the 3 votes. Yeah, so Zeke was the one who got 3 votes.
All right. I can live with that.
That makes sense. I think this makes sense though. And I was championing Christian early on, and I think he was playing a great game. And he was the underdog for the early stages of the game, but then was able to find the majority later on.
He played a well played game. Yeah. And sometimes that's all you can ask for.
Yeah. I think if Aubrey made his final 3, I think Zeke possibly wins that.
Yeah. I mean, I see that Aubrey did vote for Zeke, so there could have been some mad respect.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
All right.
Let's see who the fan favorite is. Rick Devins wins the fan favorites.
I mean, understandably so.
Okay, and let's look at some of the statistics. Christian's win, so the placements. Where Rick Devins he was the first jury member. He barely made the jury, and he was the fan favorite. I mean, this is just crazy. That just how much of your people went home so early.
I know Cochran was the one that hit hard because it was so early.
I mean, Tony was the worst for me just because he had an idol. He could have survived.
Yeah, I'd say Johnny Fairplay wins second place with the hardest hitting, and then third is Molly.
Yeah.
I just want her to do good.
She didn't make the merge again.
She made it further though.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the summary of the episodes. Other statistics. Most strategic. Christian was the most strategic, followed by Aubrey, followed by Rob Cesternino.
Makes sense.
Immunity wins. Zeke and Aubrey each had 3 immunity wins. Wow, and the votes were kind of split evenly. Like Ozzy was the only one who got he got no votes the entire game, but he got medevaced.
Yeah,
Zeke
Zeke
only
only
received
got
one
one,
vote. Same with Angelina.
and they both made it to the end. I mean, I
Yeah,
think that was one of Zeke's, you know, primary case case making it to the end. The three wins, and then also this, like only receiving one vote.
yeah, yeah. And that one vote, like if you receive one vote, it's not that big of a deal. So it's I think Zeke did play a pretty good game. If he won, I wouldn't have been upset.
I would have been very happy if he won.
Yeah, but hey, the most strategic person of the season won, and isn't that what's important?
To me, yeah. But at the same time, this is three in a row.
Mhm.
I'm on a bad streak.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll play another one, and I'm sure it'll work way better for you.
I mean, this was an improvement over the last Brantsteele.
Yeah,
Um,
you got a second place finisher.
yeah.
That's better. The runner up.
Well,
Okay. Well,
glad Zeke. I'm glad Zeke did pretty well. I'd say out of the new school, granted, I wanted Cochran or Molly, but he was like third place for me.
mhm. Yeah. Well, I think that wraps it up for this episode of the Day After podcast.
Yeah. Uh, this was fun. It was emotional.
Mhm.
Um, Gosh, wow. This is always interesting because the past, well, granted, we've only done this twice, but it's like I do not really make the best predictions.
Mhm.
I do not.
I mean, you picked Tommy.
I had one fluke.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, you got the first pick there, and I was going to pick Tommy first too. So
And if you chose him, I would have gotten Molly. Oh, I'm trying to fix my hair in the mirror. That's
yeah,
not good.
it's fine. I just realized that the light is glaring in on me there. Oh. Okay, well, it's not wanting to work. There.
Yay, we fixed it right at the end.
Right at the end. I'm glad. I literally couldn't see what. Oh, now it's getting worse again. Yeah, I literally could. I can't see my face while we were doing the entire podcast. Okay. Okay.
Well,
Well.
this was a
Yeah.
fun game.
Yeah. I don't know when we'll be back next. Because obviously Survivor's in its off season. We'll probably try to come up with some lists, maybe best seasons. I know
Yeah,
that that's something that's probably going to take a lot more time to, for us to figure out which
I
ones.
do have something in the mix. It's
Oh yeah.
something where we might need two more people, but I know two people
Oh
that
yeah.
might be willing to do it. I know guaranteed one, but I will talk to you about that after we sign off.
Okay. I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be dope.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys for watching, making it all the way to the very end.
Yeah. This is. I think this is always fun. These Survivor simulations.
Oh yeah, because I always did these as a kid. I would just use like dice or like sheets of paper with like numbers on them or
Mhm.
coins, whatever. Um, it's always fun. It's like, fan fiction,
Yeah. Yeah,
except
it's good to see your favorite players facing playing again and seeing how they do.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll go.
Yeah, and this was a 2-hour podcast, so hope you enjoy the content. Okay.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Yes.
I didn't make
Adios.
sick.
Stop recording.